Hello folks, today we will again read AskReddit subreddit. Leave a like and subscribe and let's get into Reddit. What pseudoscience annoys you the most? Literally anything that claims to remove toxins from your body. I love it when folks just throw out the word toxins and never actually define what, specifically, qualifies as a toxin and how, specifically, their product actually removes or expels it from a person's body. Right? Like if this cleanse process was essential to remove toxins, wouldn't all of us who haven't fallen for a multi-level marketing scheme be dead? Yes, this annoys me too. The legitimate exceptions are chelation therapy for heavy metal poisoning and activated charcoal for other poisoning. Those require medical attention, though. Not as simple as a smoothie. Along with anything that corrects the pH of your body, which your body does just fine all on its own, it corrects your body's pH as changes your blood's nicely buffered pH to a lethal concentration. Scientology. It's tearing my wife's family apart. Looking over the top comments on this thread, it's amazing what a blend of them Scientology is. Lie detectors? That's two more components than an e-meter has. Psychics taking advantage of gullible people? That's a lot of the backstory of Scientology, along with hypnotism. Essential oils and Herbalife? Scientology is huge into dietary supplements that don't really do anything, purification, and is sometimes structured like a pyramid scheme. Homeopathy? Scientologists are taught to distrust the medical field and that they pull in diseases and illnesses, but can also will them away. Brutal stuff, never gonna even look at the contract. Jehovah's Witness is tearing my girlfriend's family apart. So much damage has been done by that religion cult, it's really sad. JW is scary. I have a friend who is in and she is fully committed. It scares me to see just how blinded she is by their so-called truth. Surprised she hasn't shunned you yet. Maybe they only do that to family members. I think partly it's because we work together, so didn't really have a choice about the close contact. Also, I am a bit of a theology nerd, so know a lot about the Bible as well as other religions. Not sure if she thinks she has a chance at converting me or just enjoys being able to ramble her stuff with someone who puts up with it. Her daughter did nearly get disfellowed a few months ago, which I thought was awful. A friend of hers has also been disfellowed and she did completely shun her. I don't agree with a large number of her beliefs, but I sort of feel like I need to be there for her. I often think about if she did ever leave that she'd have noon to turn to. Proofs to the flat earth theory. 200 proofs. Most of which are restatements and all of which are laughably easy to debunk. Thank God fact-check sites are a thing. Have saved me from so many embarrassments these days. It started off as humor. Scientists from different disciplines would take turns trolling each other, presenting bullshit proofs of the flat earth for everyone's entertainment. Geologists, astronomers, people like that. They did it for the lulz, nobody actually believed it. Unfortunately, some dummy somehow found their jokes and took them seriously. Still, some people in the flat earth movement are doing it strictly for fun. They know the score, they're just having a laugh. I think a lot of them also do it for views and publicity. It's easy, talk some ridiculous bullshit, you're well aware that it is total BS, but you are kinda good at acting, and the views and the engagement, comments correcting you, come. And you get that sweet ad money. I remember years ago coming across an early flat earth website. It had a FAQ section where one of the questions asks how the government keeps the ice wall a secret. The response was this incredibly vague answer along the lines of all they would need to keep it a secret are a few helicopters and about 50 men. The flat earth community will stay in this awful feud because they feel stupid by the scientific community and are shunned. So they make theories to prove their theory that are also scientifically impossible or are improvable. There was one flat earth group that got together and bought a $21,000 hyper-advanced gyroscope. They set it up so that it would tilt with the rotation of the earth, I think 18 degrees over 24 hours, and when we come back to it and it hasn't tilted at all, then we have proved the earth is flat. They came back to it after the 24 hours, it had tilted exactly 18 degrees, and instead of accepting the results and accepting that the earth was round, they just said the gyroscope was defective and that the results meant nothing. They said they hadn't accounted for heaven energies affecting it or something like that. I think they were going to try and encase it in granite, yep, and they said if that didn't work, they were going to encase is in bismuth. Lie detectors. Why does anyone anywhere still use them? Edit. The why was more of a rhetorical question. A lie detector is a prop in a play. The play is being performed by the interrogators, the audience is the person being interrogated. The subject matter of the play is we can read your mind, don't bother lying to us. The prop works by making different readings in response to the audience's physiological changes. This helps give the audience the impression that the performers can read their emotions. Again, the goal of hooking you up to a lie detector is not to detect lies. It is to convince you not to lie, by giving you the false impression that the performers will be able to tell if you do. It is to make you feel vulnerable and exposed, such that your very thoughts are on display. Moreover, it is to give you the false impression that the interrogation is a scientific endeavor, rather than a juridical one. You're supposed to think that you're being evaluated by a scientific instrument. In fact, you are being evaluated by the interrogators, or perhaps by whoever reads the transcript of the interrogation. They are deciding whether they believe you, and what to do with you, based on your answers and your behavior. Edited to add, it's quite a power trip for an authority figure to tell you, you are not permitted to lie. We will know if you do. By the way, that was a lie, but you're not permitted to call us on it or treat this interrogation as a pretendy play act. We get to lie to you. This whole situation is a lie. But you do not get to lie to us. If we catch you in a lie in your confusion, or if we just think you might be lying, we will pretend that our sciency blinking lights machine caught you. One of the biggest takeaways I get from listening to true crime is never take a polygraph. They don't detect truths or lies, they just measure your physical responses while being questioned. An innocent person in a stressful situation can fail a polygraph while a calm and composed murderer can lie and pass with flying colors, and always lawyer up. I remember our anatomy teacher in high school showed a polygraph machine to the class and had some kids try it out, saying it worked to show lies. I was asked, "Do you have anything bad on your computer?" This was before laptops were commonly used. I had a netbook for note-taking, but I mostly used it to play games in class. I lied and said no. My heart rate shot up. The implication was that I had porn on the laptop. The real reason for the reaction? My video games. I had over 50 illegally downloaded GBA and NDS ROMs. Oh my god, that's disgusting. Which ones? Where did you get them? Also, it does not detect truths, only lies. Therefore, it cannot be used to help you since a response is either lie detected or lie not detected, which is actually different than true detected or lie detected. It doesn't clear you of wrongdoing, since they can say the lie detector couldn't determine any lie, so we have to use other methods. Rarely will they say the lie detector determines they were truthful, so we will not pursue this further. If a lie detector was accurate, it would be used as the primary means to determine guilt, where the question of who committed an action is trying to be determined, and we would have subpoenas for lie detectors and not testimony. It detects anxiety, irrespective of truth telling/lying. I wouldn't even say it detects anxiety. It detects physiological indicators like pulse and skin conductivity, which may or may not be reflective of emotions like anxiety. Fair enough, I guess there could be other reasons why those indicators change, but anxiety about lying is the assumed reason. It's just that people can be anxious about other stuff instead. I wonder how the test would be impacted after taking something like a beta blocker. The Mozart effect, a UC Irvine study claims that diving deep into the world of Mozart can actually make you smarter. The study took 36 participants and found that those who listened to Mozart before a task did much better than those who only heard silence. The study concluded that Mozart could actually increase your IQ by 8 or 9 points. However, the results of that study have been widely criticized by the academic and scientific community as a whole. Many claimed the results were misleading and that researchers didn't examine what role the participants' diets, posture, or the time of day they took the tests played in the results. I was homeschooled and have ADHD. I had trouble focusing and paying attention. My mother learned about this study, and for years, I was forced to listen to classical music for hours at a time while doing my schoolwork. I hate classical music now. Also weird that the control was silence, tested to nothing else. No shit, I have no doubt people comfortably listening to music will perform better than someone stuck up in a dead silent room. I'd rather listen to pop country over silence while studying. Edit, if anything I'd have had Mozart paired with ambient nature sounds and then just nature sounds. Anything but silence. Psychics and mediums who prey upon the gullible, the mentally ill, the desperate and the vulnerable and claim they can speak to people who are dead. Shit should be illegal. Also things like hypnosis, parapsychology, body language experts, psychoanalysis, lie detection, all grifts. Do you know who James Randi is? Because you should know who James Randi is. He had a $1 million paranormal challenge. Nobody was able to claim it, sadly. He died a couple years ago. I did a seance and talked to James Randi. He said, I was ruing. It was hard to understand him because he was rattling large chains or something and opening the kitchen cupboard doors. Essential oils. Stop trying to put that smelling crap on me for my migraines. I just told you the smell is a trigger. Edit, to all the people that like them, that's awesome for you. To all the people that don't, I hear you. For me, scents are a major trigger for violent, painful, suicidal migraines. I can guarantee that whatever you put in that diffuser is not going to make me feel better. My wife is into them, and while I'm sure they work as a placebo for her, from my vantage, they are literally the biggest scam. It's like $25 for a 2-ounce bottle. The lady that sells it to her acts like it's her side hustle for bringing in extra cash, but her husband owns his own dental practice. Boss babe. I'm betting she has more of those things than she knows what to do with, and her Facebook statuses are filled with hashtags and emojis, and all of her friends and family are tired of feeling obligated to buy her bottles of oil, but don't want to have to tell her that directly. Almost all of the women that are into these MLM things have a rich husband that allows them to market their stuff to well-off clientele, which I am definitely not. But still, LOL. Astrology. I'm totally down to learn what my chart is and such, but the second you start to tell me that it influences my personality and that we aren't compatible, I'm done. The we aren't compatible because astrology thing is great, as a parade of red flags which lets you know to break up. The best part about astrology is that the basics are so old that the Earth has moved quite a bit since, meaning the astrological dates no longer correspond to the constellations. Yeah, technically, I would be in Aquarius, not a Pisces, under the updated signs. Apparently, there's also supposed to be a 13th sign, Ophiuchus the serpent bearer, covering late November through mid-December. Whoa, such brainwashed people. Keep away from pseudosciences, people. I need recovery from this experiences, so people leave a like and subscribe to help me in recovery. Thanks for your support, see you next time.